When the Guns N' Roses hits, that could mean only one thing. It is the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions hitting the ice for their single A matchup with the Norwin Knights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kirk Nevin Arena in Lynch Field in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. My name is Brian Mitchell. This is a PIHL single A Division Blue matchup between the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions and the Norwin Knights. Big time matchup for both squads as the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions lead the league right now, lead this division 12-1 on the season with 24 points. The Norwin Knights trying to hold off with the Kiski area Cavaliers. They're at 8-3 right now, 16 points sitting in third. Actually, they're in fourth currently. They need to win to stay in third. They'll tie the Cavaliers, but we'll go with the road teams to start. It is the Norwin Knights. They are blue with the gold trim. For the Knights, they're led by head coach Mike Robinson, assisted by Scott Thomas and Denny Zaravica. Their team manager is Jamie Sorelli. Starting number 8, Sean Hanley. Number 12, Cade Zaravica. Number 13, Zane Zaravica. All-Star number 16, Dominic Constantino. Number 18 will be Preston Stoner. All-Star number 24, Mario Cavallaro. All-Star number 28, Dom Cirilli. Number 39, starting in net, and also an All-Star, number 39, Owen Burmeister. Number 57 will be Logan Robb, and number 58 will be Aaron Valrati. Zach Singleton will be wearing number 81 tonight, and a pair of All-Stars at the end will be number 85, Alex Thomas, and number 88, Joe Vecchio. On the opposite side, for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions, led by one of the coaches of the All-Star teams, Corey Mensch. They are 12-1 on the season, 24 points. Assisted by Jason Outley and the team manager of Ann Outley. Number 2 will be Mikey Kingerski. Number 7, All-Star Noah Outley. Number 10 will be an All-Star Owen Tudich. Number 13 will be Evan Knowles. Number 15, All-Star Colton Humphrey. Kyson Ty will be wearing 18. Sam Spigarelli will be wearing 22. All-Star number 30, Landon Morrison. Number 31, starting in net tonight, Tristan Gonzalez, All-Star goaltender. Hunter Webb will be wearing 41. Luke Dieter will be wearing 55. Max Addison will be wearing 59. Dylan Swarzinski will be wearing 79. Alex Toth will be wearing 82. Carter Sharrock will be wearing number 86. He is also an All-Star. Joining him at that All-Star game will be number 87, Chase Kushner. This is a backup tonight. 91 will be Ethan Patrick, and Luke Dinkle will be wearing number 98. It's a big matchup for both squads as the Norwin Knights are trying to stave off a single A Indiana team trying to get into that home game for the PIHL opening around in a couple months. We only got a couple more months of hockey, but there's still a lot to be played between a lot of the teams here, so it'll be fun as we move along this season. The Greensburg Salem Golden Lions are trying to hold on to a tie with the, will break this tie that they have with the Fox Chapel Foxes. They fell to the Foxes earlier this season, so the tiebreaker goes in favor of Fox Chapel right now, but they'll play in a couple weeks here up at the center ice, or sorry, here at Kirk Nevin Arena. So we'll find out here as this season progresses. My name is Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Night, a PIHL single A matchup as the blue division faces off. We'll be back momentarily with your opening face-off from the Kirk Nevin Arena. We will have a special announcement pregame here momentarily before we get started. Honoring the late, a couple people who have left us in the last couple days.
We ask that everyone stand for a moment of respect to recognize the loss of two members of our hockey family. First, Anthony A. DeFazio, a longtime member of the Greensburg Salem Hockey Organization, who also spent many years mentoring players not only at Greensburg, but also at Westmoreland, Allegheny, and Franklin Regional Hockey Clubs. And also John Muka, Commissioner of the PIHL, who suddenly passed away today. He was an advocate for the sport of hockey and for the PIHL, a caring person, and he will be sadly missed. And now, please pause for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Moment of silence for a couple members of the hockey community we lost, Mr. DeFazio, and of course the PIHL Commissioner, John Muka, who passed away this, I believe, this morning or this afternoon. He would want the show to go on, so we will do so. Greensburg, Salem, and Norwin facing off in a Class A blue matchup. 17 minutes distance in the first period, and we will be underway as Alex Thomas and Carter Sharrock step in. It'll be one back to Sean Hanley. Hanley gets a little bit of pressure from Chase Kushner. They'll battle along the half wall, and in come Addison. Addison will dump that one bound for Sharrock. Sharrock waits, throws one around. It'll go back down into the near corner. Alex Thomas battles one up, looking for Dom Sorelli, but he can't get it past the Greensburg-Salem forecheck. Landon Morrison throws one on the net that goes off a couple players back behind the net. Carter Sharrock battles off with Sean Hanley, and it'll be picked up by Dom Sorelli, and he'll carry it up. Looking for Logan Robb, it'll just be dumped in to the far corner. And around comes Landon Morrison. We'll pass that one around for Owen Tudich. He'll just bounce that one in. Passed into the zone for Constantino. The All-Star will pass that one out for Sorelli, and it'll be picked up by Robb. Robb into the zone. Throws one off wide of the net. We'll go past Tristan Gonzalez and all the way back out for Zach Singleton. Singleton will take the puck. It'll bounce off of a player. Humphrey can't get to it, so Spigarelli into the zone. Spigarelli back down for Humphrey. Humphrey shot. It goes off the side of the net, back around. Spigarelli dumps it to nobody, back out. Swerzinski shot off the skate of Mario Cavallaro. It'll be over for Spigarelli, and it'll go past. And Outley has a hard time containing that one, so it goes back behind for Owen Burmeister. Gets passed back out. And dumped back in by Cavallaro. Tudich will take it, passes back out for Swerzinski. Swerzinski over for Morrison. Morrison back to Swerzinski. He'll pass it up, looking for Sharrock. Carter Sharrock. For Owen Tudich, back to Sharrock. He's going to come back in, look to the front. Past Kushner, and it's going to come back out. Picking up is Cavallaro. He gets around a defender. He's got an opportunity with the head of steam. Cavallaro shot off of Gonzalez and into the near corner. They'll go back down. Morrison will pick it up. Morrison takes it, passes it up for Kushner. Chase Kushner into the zone. As Constantino to beat. Shot on. Barmeister with the save. 14:41 remaining in the first period. Scoreless here at the Kirk Nevin Arena. Alex Thomas steps in with Sam Spigarelli. Kingerski knocks it down out of midair. And Mikey Kingerski goes back down, kicks one back out. Morrison can't hold on to it, so it's going to go out of the zone. He'll have to chase it down. Back down Humphrey. Lets it go by for Kingerski, who just dumps this one back in. Constantino throws one across. And it'll be picked up, and it'll have to be Thomas regrouping. Alex Thomas, the dynamic forward for the Knights. The junior captain this season. Thomas dumps that one back in. It'll be picked up by Addison. He'll throw one back into the zone. Chased down by Constantino. The Knights missing 12 players out of their lineup tonight. Back down, it'll be Sean Hanley. Hanley across, misses Constantino. It'll go back out of the zone, and Outley's going to let it go to the point where it's going to get dumped back into the zone. It'll be dumped out by Hanley. Picked up by Kushner. Kushner into the zone. Gets around the defender, and Thomas takes the puck and throws one up past Constantino. He'll be able to regroup and dump one back into the zone. Back behind, Mario Cavallaro and Outley go in there. It's going to be Cavallaro with the puck, throwing up for Rob. Can't control it. Cavallaro loses it back to Constantino. He'll just dump that one back in wide of the net. Behind the net, it'll be Dylan Swerzinski. Passes it up for Dieter. Luke Dieter loses the puck to Cavallaro. Back over, no Outley. The All-Star passes it across and tries to go to Kushner. It's turned over to Cavallaro. Cavallaro's tipped off, and it's cleared out of the zone. Here comes Dieter. He'll dump that one in behind the net. Burmeister waits, leaves it. Dieter fights with him. It'll be up along the wall. Dom Cirilli. Back and forth. Chirac loses the puck, but Webb will come in. Webb throws one across off a skate. Cirilli takes the puck and dumps one across for Cavallaro. It's going to go all the way the length, and it's going to be Addison chasing it down. Max Addison leaves it across, and it's going to be Tudich giving it to Chirac. Chirac brings it in, and he'll get it in on a backhand opportunity here. Nobody home. Scoreless still here. Thomas will throw it up across for Cavallaro. Cavallaro's shot off the outside of the net and held on to by Tristan Gonzalez. We didn't get a chance to talk about our starting goaltenders tonight for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. It's Tristan Gonzalez, 8-1 on the season, a .907 save percentage with 3 shutouts. On the opposite side, it's Owen Burmeister. The junior has a 8-3 record. He's played every minute. He's the only one in their organization right now, by what they told me in the pregame. An .869 save percentage with a shutout. 8-3 on the year for these Norwin Knights. But of course, big important detail with him, Penguins Cup champion last year. It's going to be a tripping call coming up and a power play coming up to the Knights, as it looks like it's going to be Sam Spigarelli heading off for a trip. 11:51 remaining in the first period. The Norwin power play this season, 9 for 29. That's good for 4th in the division. I'm sorry, in the all single A. 9 for 29, 31%. The Greensburg Salem Golden Lions, 32 for 38. 6th on the penalty kill with an 84.2% stoppage rate. Back for Thomas at the point. Thomas shot tipped around, goes behind. Cirilli throws one across. Cirilli has to get his own rebound back. In the near corner, Cirilli goes up to the point. Cavallaro waits, throws one across for Thomas. Constantino, ooh, tip for Cirilli, can't get to it, so it's going to be picked up by Kushner, and out come the Golden Lions. Kushner has Tudich. They wait at the line. Kushner will go one-on and throws one high and off the back of Burmeister. Burmeister lost it behind him. He picked up by Tudich. Tudich just throws one out to burn a little bit of time. Morrison back for Kushner. They'll play catch a little bit. He'll wait and then just dump it into the near corner. 1:15 remaining in the man advantage. Thomas gets pushed off by Tudich. He picked up Constantino over to Cavallaro. And they're going to come in offside. 10:54 remaining in the first period. 1:04 remaining on the power play. Offsides is the call. Cavallaro steps in with Chirac, and it's going to be one back to Thomas. Thomas throws one for Constantino. Constantino over for Thomas, and he'll dump one up. It'll be tipped up by Vecchio, and it'll be cleared in. Constantino chases it down, a little bit of pressure there, and it's going to be picked up by the Golden Lions, Kyson Ty. They'll go back and forth. Chirac will dump that one back down, and it'll be Cavallaro having to regroup in the far corner. Cavallaro, the all-star, passes it up for Thomas. The captain will wait, carry it up. Thomas gets around. Nope, can't get around the defender, so it'll be Kingerski just clearing that one down. 21 to go in the advantage. 10-10 remaining in the period. Back down Mario Cavallaro into the near wall. He gets around the defenders and does get into the zone. Stays on his feet. He gets the pass across. Nobody there, though. So really gets in big hit on Kingerski. Vecchio will dump that one down, but it'll be picked up and carrying the other way is Humphrey. Colton Humphrey into the zone. Humphrey waits, loses the puck and escape, but he gets it back. Opportunity here for Kingerski. Save made. Rebound goes off the outside of the net, and Burmeister will hold on to it. Penalty expires, and we will have a face-off coming up to the left of Owen Burmeister. Scoreless here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Carter Chirac will step in with Cade Zaravica. Go back. Tudich will take that face off. It's going to be Chirac throwing one on a weird angle. Back Tudich. Up around in. Looking for the backhand. Save made, and it goes wide of the net. Tudich throws one through. Nobody home. Morrison, top of the circles. Back down, it will be Webb throwing across the Tudich. Save made by Burmeister coming from his right, his left to his right. No, it's right to his left. And it's going to be Webb with a one-timer and a save by Burmeister. And it's going to come out of the zone, 9-11. I had to go back and look at that, make sure I said that right. Tudich into the zone. Tudich, wait down Webb. Webb, shut, save made. Comes back behind, Hunter Webb. Back around for Owen Tudich. Tudich waits. Throws one in front, goes off a stick, and it's going to be cleared around by Zach Singleton, and it's going to go out of the zone. Logan Robb's going to get the puck, but it's going to be Morrison passing it over for Chirac. Up again, give and go. Chirac in around a defender. Opportunity here, but it's going to be broken down. Rebound, up, Webb, shot, rebound. Oh, nobody home. Alex Thomas loses the puck in his skates. Is going to be picked up by Verratti. Aaron Verratti dumps one up for Alex Thomas, and Thomas into the zone. Alex Thomas in around the defender, shot off the post and out of play. 8:23 remaining, first period. You heard the slight ding on that one. Straight off where the crossbar meets the post. Face-off coming up. Won by the Golden Lions, but it goes on net. Opportunity here for the Knights if they hurry. Mario Cavallaro up to the point, back down. Cavallaro is going to be cleared back around. Thomas dumps one up. Pass to Constantino. It's going to be Dieter with a nice little play to break up the play. Dieter brings it in, has Ty in front, but he throws one on himself. Strzezinski throws one, net comes off. We had a lot of issues with that net in the first game where it came off in that second period, at least 3 or 4 times in a few minutes span. So keep an eye on that net because it's going to play a little bit of a detail in this game. Faceoff will be to the left of Owen Burmeister. Spigarelli will step in with Thomas. It'll be won by Thomas back. Hanley will dump that one up, and it's going to go out to Humphrey. Humphrey will just dump that one back in off of Constantino, and they'll go in the far corner. Around for Hanley. Up. Thomas with the give and go, gives it to Vecchio. Vecchio into the zone. Vecchio comes in. Oh, has all his defenders around him. Goes on. That goes in! That goes in the net. Vecchio with the goal. And it's 1-0 Norwin. That one just bounced around a couple sticks and ended up going off of Gonzalez and in. 1-0. Norwin leads. 7:40 in the first period. Wondering how that played. It was just literally a tie-up in front. Puck bounced off a couple players and just rolled through the 5-hole of Tristan Gonzalez. 7:40 to go. We have a 1-0 Norwin lead here. You're one up and into the zone, and icing is the call. Face-off come all the way back down. Looks to the left of Owen Burmeister. For Vecchio, that is his 15th of the season. Spigarelli steps in with Sorelli. And it went over by the Addison shot. Tipped in front. Good tip in front by Spigarelli. But it's going to go back out. Cavallaro going to chase it down. Morrison has the number. Back around. It'll be Humphrey. Colton Humphrey behind. And it'll go around. Thrown in front by Sorelli. And they'll go back and forth. Cavallaro throws one in front of Rob. Nobody home. It's going to be picked up and cleared out for Constantino. Constantino will take that one, back it in for Rob, past Spigarelli, and it's going to go to Morrison. Morrison passes it up for Humphrey. End of the zone, Colton Humphrey. Waits, throws one to the slot, shot by Tudich. The rebound comes across, goes past Tudich's stick and goes to Cavallaro. Mario turns and burns the other way. He gets hit by Tudich along the half wall. They'll go back down. They'll battle in the near corner. It'll be picked up, and coming the other way is Colton Humphrey. He has Tudich to his left, but two blue shirts in his wake. Back shot and cleared down. It'll be Tudich back around for Humphrey, and it's going to go over to Chirac. Chirac pans it to Thomas on his way out. Thomas takes it and gets Logan Robb, who can't keep the puck on his stick. Chirac in. Looking for Tudich. They'll battle off. Tudich leaves it for Robb. Robb on the backhand. It's going to go to Webb. Hunter Webb battles with Logan Robb. Back around, it'll be Zach Singleton falling down behind the play. It'll be Thomas coming up for Robb. And out they go. Cavallaro dumps one in behind. It'll be picked up by Dylan Swerzinski. Swerzinski leaves it behind, or Outley has to battle with him. It'll go back out, picked up by Swerzinski. And it'll be cleared out. Verratti. Aaron Verratti throws one across. And Singleton will just leave that one up for Vecchio. Vecchio with the opening goal here. Verratti can't hold on to it, so it's going to be picked up by Vecchio. And they'll play catch in the neutral zone. Back around. Out comes Thomas. Thomas has Ty and Webb, and he gets around both of them. An opportunity here for Alex Thomas to do something awesome. He does get around 3 defenders, but can't get the 4th as Outley is able to separate himself from the puck. Webb throws it up for Chirac, and it'll be turned over to Cade Zaravica. They'll battle in the neutral zone, and here comes Alex Thomas. Gets off the defender. Nice play to defend. It goes over. Picked up. And a backhand off of Gonzalez. Gonzalez makes a blind save off the blocker there, and we'll have a faceoff coming up inside the zone. Face-off one back, shot on by Constantino around, looking for Cavallaro. Zane Zaravica couldn't get to it, so it'll go back around, and picked up going the other way is Kyson Ty. Kyson Ty leaves it up for Hanley, and it'll go back into the zone. Cavallaro's going to try to get to that puck, but Morrison gets to it first. He'll pass it up, and it'll be tipped in nicely by Dieter. Luke Dieter gets around a defender, but it's going to be Hanley throwing it up for Zaravica. Zane Zaravica leaves it up for Cavallaro, and Cavallaro gets around the defender, but a couple things going on in a neutral zone negate that opportunity. Addison will throw this one around. Up and in. Cavallaro on the backhand. Back down, dumped in by Singleton. Hurried by Preston Stoner. Cavallaro Up for Hanley, and it'll go out of the zone. Kushner with a pressure on that one, and it'll be Dieter picking it up. Dieter coming into the zone. Luke Dieter shot off of Burmeister. Rebound gets cleared back out to the point. Cavallaro head of steam coming out of the zone. Mario Cavallaro leading these Knights in points up across. It'll go back out and cleared back out to center, where Verratti will just dump that one in. Finds Cirilli. They'll go back and forth, picked up by Thomas. Alex Thomas gives it to Cavallaro. They'll battle along. It'll be picked up, and the Golden Lions will dump that one out. Opportunity here for Colton Humphrey coming the other way. Colton Humphrey gets around a defender nicely. Goes to meet center shot. Scar. Oh, what a glove save by Burmeister. Even had me, I started to call a goal. And at 3:18 remaining in the first period, it is still 1-0 Norwin. Cavallaro with a 35 points on the season. Thomas with 32. Back up Swerzinski. Blocks one off the skate, and it'll be picked up by Cirilli. Webb dumps that one back into the zone. Back behind. Verratti goes in, but it's going to be Webb hitting him along the boards. He'll go back and forth. Thrown in front. It'll come back out. Picked up, and coming the other way is Logan Robb. Robb 1-on-2. Robb gets in around the defender. Robb waits, throws one in front for Swerzinski. Back up and cleared out from Atley. Atley up and tipped out to Webb. Kept in, but here comes Tudic the other way. Tudic for Chirac. Carter Chirac throws one across, nobody home, and it's going to be the Knights clearing it. Outley back into the zone. Will pass it over and dumped down by Morrison. Chirac gets around a defender. But it'll be Hanley up for Alex Thomas. They'll battle back and forth. Thomas will have to regroup, pick up the puck. The captain will carry it across center, across the blue, and he'll bring it in himself. But he'll be tipped nicely by Owen Tudic at the line. Back down. Ty will pass that one out. And Kushner coming in. Chase Kushner gets stood up at the circles, and it'll be cleared out. It's a fight to see who can get down below the circles in this one. Back down Cavallaro. 1:54 to go in first period. Addison dumps him off to the boards. It'll be Hanley. Hanley coming across. Picked up by Cavallaro. Cavallaro. Down for Constantino. Cade Zaravica. Really picked up and carried out by Ty. Ty might give us up to Dieter. He does. Nice pass to Dieter. Dieter shot. Save. Rebound comes back out of the zone. Morrison has to chase it back down. 1:25 to go. Morrison across for Addison. Addison up. It's going to be picked up by Constantino. Singleton will dump that one across, but nice play by Kushner to bring it along the boards. Kushner's going to bring it in. Chase Kushner couldn't hold on to it. Constantino with the break up there. Cade Zaravica throws that one around for Kushner. Back down behind. Mike Kingerski down behind. They picked up to Addison. It'll be cleared the length of the ice. Sam Spigarelli catches it behind the net. He'll carry it up along the boards past Kingerski. And here come the Golden Lions, but Verratti will break that one up. And here comes Alex Thomas, head of steam, 34 seconds to go in the period. Alex Thomas gets around one defender, but he couldn't get around the second one. And he picked up opportunity here for Cirilli. He couldn't hold on to it. Singleton lets it get out, and then it'll be Verratti on the half wall, dumps that one up for Thomas. Thomas battles, and it'll go back down. 15 to go in the period. They'll go back down. Thomas across for Singleton. Back to Cavallaro. He'll wait, throw one up. It'll go off of a skate. Cirilli keeps it in nicely. Cirilli shot, save, made, rebound. Cirilli shot off of Gonzalez, gets thrown out of the play crease, and end of the period. With your score, the Norwin Knights 1 and the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions 0. Vecchio with the goal. We'll be back with the second period after this. Back here for period number 2. Norwin leading Greensburg Salem 1-0. Venska will drop the puck, and it's going to go back to Constantino. Hanley takes the pass across for Sorelli. Comes in and around. Sorelli has to get around Morrison, does so, but Addison goes into the corner as Sorelli falls down. Thomas into the near wall. Thomas skates it around, goes back for Sorelli, dumps one up to the front. Robb with the opportunity there, but it's going to be Logan Robb skating back to the half wall, back for Thomas. Thomas gets around Morrison, but the referee gets in the way, and they'll go a little bit back and forth. Webb has to wait. It's going to be cleared out. It's going to be 2-on-2 here as Tudich comes in with Chirac. Good play by Hanley to get back on the play as he was getting a stick from the bench on that one. Coming into the zone is Thomas, and they'll go down there. Webb and Thomas will go in, and Thomas will win that one and go back across looking for Robb. Robb waits, throws one for Thomas. Save made by Gonzalez. He's checking his stick. He wasn't sure if it was broken. It came off awkward. Didn't get enough power on it and went wide. Usually that means something snapped up around the heel of that stick. But he's going to check on it. That's what he's checking for. 15:59 remaining. Face off to the left of Tristan Gonzalez.
All right, come on. Come on, GS!
Back down, Singleton chases it down. Down for Verratti. Verratti just dumps that one into the behind net, and it'll be icing call. 15:46 remaining in the second period. They only have 7 bench players for Norwin tonight. Like I said, they have 12 scratches this evening. Back down Humphrey. Humphrey throws one on net. Save made by Owen Burmeister. Of course, the Knights leading right now over Greensburg Salem, so it might not matter. Face-off coming up. Spigarelli. It's in with Cavallaro, and it's going to be battled off with Kingerski. They'll go back and forth, and it'll be picked up and cleared up past to Zaravica. Cade Zaravica into the zone. Shot on, save made, rebound, he's going to find it. Oh, sneaky, sneaky, sir. That was Cavallaro throwing a backhand on net out of nowhere, and Gonzalez is able to find it off of his pad. Luckily, it didn't go in the inside and roll off the 5-hole. 15:25 remaining in the second period. Cavallaro win the faceoff back. It's going to be shot on by Verratti, but he's not able to finish up the play, so Kushner will take it in the near quarter. Kushner dumps it down and around, picked up by Kai. Kai will just get that out of the zone. It'll be cleared back in behind for Swerzinski. Swerzinski waits, throws one up. It's going to be turned over to Cavallaro. Cavallaro brings it in, shot, score. He just slid it through the 5-hole. And Mario Cavallaro gets his 21st goal of the season. And it's 2-0. $14:58 remaining in the second. Face off at center. Tudich coming into the zone. Gets around one defender, gets around two, shot, score! Owen Tudich. He comes in and roofs one over Owen Burmeister, and it's 2-1. Not to sound a little bit less enthused after that last goal, but it was a pretty play to get around a defender on that. And Tudich gets his, what would that be, his 18th goal of the season. It's a goal scorer's game here tonight. That was at 14:50, I'll call it. I might have a better time on that at some point. 14:52 of the period. Up around, it'll be Logan Morrison, Nathan Morrison back across. picked up by Hanley, but it's going to be tipped out by Greensburg Salem. Sharrock will just dump that one back in. Addison takes the puck, throws one around for Morrison in the near corner. And then Morrison passes it up for nobody. It's going to be picked off and thrown around for Thomas. Thomas can't play it, so Tudich will have to go down and collect it. But it'll be Morrison behind. Rob tries to get it around, but it'll be picked up by the Golden Lions, and Tudich picking it up, carrying it out of the zone. Tudich, it for Sharrock, shot just wide. He missed that top corner by a little bit there. Back down, it'll be Tudich. Across behind for Webb. Webb throws one down for Sharrock. It'll come back down. Tudich shot goes wide, goes into the far corner. Swerzinski will have to get on his horse to get this one. Does get it there, but it'll be picked up by Hanley off of to Sorelli's stick. Sorelli into the zone. Sorelli shot off of Outley's skate. It'll be picked up by Tudich. He'll back to help, and it'll be cleared out. Opportunity for Sharrock if he gets on his horse. He does so. Comes in. Carter Sharrock cut. Score! Breakaway goal for the Golden Lions, and we're all tied up here. 2-2. Carter Sharrock, his 15th of the season at 13-19. And it's 2-2. Face-off one back. And cleared up past the Burmeister. They're going to call something here. Icing is going to be the call. 13-14. We'll have a face-off coming up down into the zone. Face-off coming up to the left of Tristan Gonzalez. Face-off one back. Shot on by Singleton. Goes off the post. Opportunity for Zaravica to finish it off, but he couldn't do so. Back for Colton Humphrey. Humphrey gets into the area where he's going to get tipped from it. Kongursky will get dumped that one down for Singleton. Singleton behind the net, throws one around for that's Cavallaro. Yep. Back around for Singleton. Up for Stoner. It'll go back down. In Zan Zaravica gives it up to Mario Cavallaro. Cavallaro behind the net. Up for Kongursky. He'll backhand it onto the net, and head coach Mike Robinson almost took home a Stitches souvenir as he had to sneak behind the stanchion behind the grate. I think he took that one off the hand. He's checking his hand right now. 12:35 remaining in the second period. Kushner steps in with Thomas. It'll be one over. We'll go back and forth. It'll be Thomas coming in on the backhand. Oh, scores! Alex Thomas goes far post. Backhands it past Tristan Gonzalez, and it's 3-2. And all of a sudden, the floodgates seem like they want to open up.
Let's go.
12:27 the time of the goal. Face-off won by the Lions. Here comes Kushner into the zone. Kushner will dump that one in deep. It'll go down behind. Kushner leaves it around. It'll be Cade Zaravica taking a hit to make the play. Hanley coming across. And it'll be Joe Vecchio leaving across. Alex Thomas drops it down for Hanley. Back down for Thomas. They'll battle back and forth, and it'll be Dieter. Up for Hanley, and he'll pass it to Joe Vecchio. Vecchio waits on the backhand up for Constantino. He'll get around and back around. It'll be Addison. Addison around, nobody home. Kushner. Chase Kushner will carry it out of the zone. He'll get around one defender. Cavallaro let him go. Kushner back into the zone, gets around a defender, but coming over to help is Alex Thomas. Thomas up for Cavallaro, but Tudich is there to make the play. Tudich comes in behind. They'll battle off a little bit. They'll go back. It'll go into the corner for Cavallaro, and he'll carry it out. Head of steam, Mario Cavallaro dumps it down. Goes in. Back behind, it'll be Logan Robb, leaving it out. Shot Save made, rebound. Save by Gonzalez, held on to. They'll battle around. There's a lot going on in this crease, and they'll whistle it dead. Looks like mask came off of Tristan Gonzalez. 11:09 remaining in the second period. He'll get that bucket back on, and we'll regroup and have a face-off to his right. 3-2 Norwin leads on a goal from Alex Thomas. Carter Schrock will step in with Mario Cavallaro. Face-off one back and around. Swarzinski leaves it for Tudic. He'll throw it back around for Outley. Up to the point, it'll go back out of the zone. No icing on the play. Hunter Webb chases it down with a little bit of Verratti behind it. He has Schrock to help him if he hurries. Webb is going to battle off. Schrock coming over to help. Does get the puck around. Opportunity here. He'll dump that one down behind. Tudic is going to try to collect it on the half wall. Does on the corners. Does so. Tudic in and around. Tips it down. Schrock shot. Tipped around, and it's going to be picked up by... Oh, it's going to be Swarzinski getting to it. I thought maybe it was somebody else going to get to it. Back down, and it's going to be Sorelli throwing that one up for Rob. Rob's going to pass it up. Finds Cavallaro behind the defense. Cavallaro comes in. Shot just wide of the net. Actually, save and put wide of the net. Comes in, Sorelli. Behind, Cavallaro. Switches that one back up to Constantino. Shot blocked by Chirac. Rebound for Sorelli, can't finish it up, so it's gonna go back up. Nice keep in by Constantino. Back down, Tudic can't hold on to it. It's gonna be still in the zone by Cavallaro, now it's out. Sorelli will have to regroup. He'll take it on the backhand, dump it past Rob. Rob will chase it back into the corner. Rob can't go. Outley looks like he's having an issue getting back up in front of the net. Yeah, Outley's having an issue getting up. There might be a skate problem with Outley. Constantino blocked. Coming down, it'll be picked up. Swarzinski throws one up, and Tudic takes the puck and just... It'll be dumped down, and knowing what's going on, Burmeister comes out to play the puck to keep Outley from being able to get pushed off the ice by the referee because of a skate issue. Thomas comes in, shot just wide of the net. Vecchio can't get to it. Throws in front, up in the air. It's going to bounce around. It's going to sit in the crease, and it's going to be thrown out. And that's going to be a penalty. No, a hand pass. We'll wait and see what he says. They're going to give him a delay of game, I believe. He wasn't in the crease, so when he threw it out, it was not a penalty shot. So they're going to talk about it for a second. It depends on where he was, but if you notice the position of the referees, it wasn't in a position where they could make that call. So it's going to be a 2-minute minor for delay of game instead of a penalty shot here. 9:15 to go in the second period. The argument's still going to be made on the Norwin bench, and I believe it should be made. Face-off will be won by Norwin on the power play. Give me 1 second, I'll give you the stats. Well, we already had this one already, I think. Back down, Thomas can't get to it, so Kingerski couldn't get across, so it's going to be cleared out, and Chirac's going to come the other way. Pressure from Vecchio. Kushner will just dump that one across. He does get the puck behind the net. Kushner will burn a little bit of time, waits, just takes the pressure, and then holds on to it. Picked up by Cavallaro coming the other way. Mario Cavallaro into the zone. Logan Morrison across on the backhand. Kushner will dump that one down. And it'll be Chase Kushner one more time with the puck. He'll hold on to it, retreat a little bit, then he'll just dump it on the backhand slowly. 1:20 remaining in the power play for Norwin. Back up, and it's going to go to Vecchio, and it's going to go past him. Shorthanded, so no whistle here. Morrison. Battle around. Morrison will pick up the puck in the near corner, and it'll come back up, and Cirilli. He'll dump that one in past Morrison. Addison will take it and throw it around. Picked up by Cavallaro. Cavallaro for Cirilli. Cirilli, Cavallaro, for Thomas. Thomas down to Constantino, and he'll take the shot. It'll be blocked by Addison. Back down, it'll be, oh, Kingerski has a hard time connecting on that one, so he'll get beat to the puck. And Thomas just comes in and fires it high and makes it 4-3 on the power play. Alex Thomas. .750 remaining. It's 4-2 Norwin. Alex Thomas just roofing one on the power play, getting around Mikey Kingerski. Face-off coming up at center. Thomas steps in with Sharrock. Be one back to Swarzinski, up for Outley. Tudich into the zone. They'll go back and around. Sharrock waits, leaves it around. It'll be Mario Cavallaro, and there's a penalty coming up. A high stick coming up, and it's, I don't know who's going to argue it. Hunter Webb's going to take a high sticking minor here. And Verratti is going to get an unsportsmanlike on the way through. Unsportsmanlike for Verratti as he was walking to the bench. He said something to the referee, so that's going to be it's going to be 5-on-5 here. Well, it depends what they call. 4-on-4. They're going to call, nope, 5-on-5. Five-on-5 here. Sharrock steps in with Thomas. The conversation is going to be had with the Golden Lions on the first penalty. Coincidental minors. We'll go 5-on-5. 7:20,30 remaining, and big play for Cavallaro to break out. Cavallaro comes in on the backhand. Scores! Mario Cavallaro. 5-4 Norwin. 5-2 Norwin. He just came in and fired one low on Gonzalez. That's his second of the game.
All right, come
Timeout
on, Greensburg.
Norwin. Or timeout Greensburg Salem. We'll be back. Wait. All right, back here, 5-2. Norwin leads Greensburg Salem. Face-off coming up at center. They signaled that that was a Greensburg Salem timeout, then called that it was a Norwin timeout. I'm confused. Oh, it's a Norwin timeout. They signaled because they were facing that way. Usually they signal the bench, but Norwin did call a timeout there. Thomas comes in, throws one up for Constantino, for Hanley. Hanley will dump that one in off of Vecchio and into the zone. It'll go on to Gonzalez, and he'll hold on to it. 7:10 remaining in the period. Webb's penalty was slashing, and Baratti's penalty was for unsportsmanlike conduct. We cleared out Vecchio with an opportunity there, so we tipped around by the Golden Lions. Kingerski back around and cleared up. Humphrey back down for Hanley. I questioned a couple things about that timeout, but then I realized how shorthanded Norwin actually is, and it was smart to get their players a little bit of rest between now and the ice cut. Kingerski is going to battle off in the corner. He drops his stick. He can't get to it, so it's going to be cleared back up and off a skate. Morrison off to chase it down. 6:24. Back down past Humphrey, and it's going to go out of the zone. Chasing it down is Kingerski, but it's going to be Constantino passing it up. Humphrey's able to pick it off. Humphrey shot coming over for Kingerski, couldn't finish up the play. Kushner behind the net. Kushner passing out. Kingerski throws one across. Back down, Outley throws one down. Opportunity here. Shot just wide and over. Back down, Constantino in the near corner. He's going to pass this one out. It's going to go to Thomas. Thomas on Hattie watch. Thomas comes in, back down past Cavallaro and couldn't finish it up. So it's going to be picked up. Kingerski out for Kushner. Kushner down by 3. Kushner shot, save made. Rebound opportunity here, comes back out to the point. Outley shot, goes wide, and it goes over and behind the net. Kushner's going to get it in the far corner. Kushner with a stick in front of him. They'll battle off along the wall. It's going to be bounced up and around. It's going to be picked up. And Dieter couldn't get to it, so it's going to be picked up by the Knights and cleared out. Outley has to get it in his own zone. A little bit of pressure gets applied, so it's going to be dumped back in. Constantino let it go. He picked up by Ty. Tyson Ty, nice play to get it around. He'll have to get up on the half wall, and it'll be picked up by Constantino. Dieter dumps that one down. All Greensburg Salem right now. Ty down for Kushner. He'll wait, throws one up to the point. Shot just high and tipped out of play. 4:57 remaining in the second period. Still 5-2 in favor of Norwin here. Face-off coming to the left of Owen Burmeister. Alex Thomas and Carter Sherrock will step in. Back down looking for Owen Tudich. Alex Thomas passes it around looking, it's going to be Preston's. We Stoner throwing it up, and it's going to be Outley getting it out, but opportunity here. Webb will have to chase it down. He'll backhand it up for Outley, but it's going to be Stoner dumping it back in. Swerzinski takes the puck, waits, throws one over for Outley. They'll throw one up off the boards and out past, and Tudich comes the other way. Owen Tudich into the zone. Waits, throws for Webb. Webb can't finish up the play, so it's going to be cleared up. Zane Zaravica has to battle off, and Thomas is able to get there. Swerzinski dumps one all the way back down that goes behind the net. Outley bounces one up for Tudich. It's going to bounce off his skate. He's going to tip it up for Sherrock. Carter Sherrock can't keep the puck, so it's going to be Tudich passing it back to Outley. Back down, dumped in behind. Outley throws one down. They'll bounce one down around for Owen Tudich. He'll get the puck and waits. Sherrock throws one on, save made. Rebound comes off the side. Behind the net, Carter Sherrock. Waits, up for Tudich. Save made by Burmeister on the shot from Tudich. 3:38 remaining in the second period. Kingerski's shot, save made by Burmeister. It falls down at the pads, but it does stay out of for the whistle. Seems like we've got a couple Foxes scouting in our on this one. Kingerski on it. I'm looking at the people watching this contest, and a couple members of the Fox Chapel contingent are out there. Keeping an eye on this one. Kingerski steps in with Cavallaro. Back, Humphrey shot, save Burmeister. I apologize, every once in a while we get I don't know if it's a power surge or how the internet works here at Kirk Nevin Arena, but it may drop every once in a while, so might get a little bit of a fuzzy signal here. Back down, here comes Kate Zaravica, but it's gonna be icing call. 3:14 to go in the second period. The internet here at Kirk Nevin Arena is run through the city of Greensburg, so you have to go through several channels before you get your final signal. Chirac will step in with Thomas. They will head back, and it'll be cleared out by Constantino. Chasing it down is Cade Zaravica, but it'll be cleared up by Addison, and it'll be picked up coming the other way as Alex Thomas. Thomas in around, one defender save made, done, it's not even a shot. Back behind Morrison. Morrison has to hold on to it, back down. I was anticipating the shot that was never had, part of the problem with this job. Tudich will leave it out and out. Comes Kushner. Kushner throws one in front, and Chirac's going to take the puck. Shot, save made. Back down, it'll bounce around, and Constantino will dump that one up. And Kushner will collect it, falls down, collecting it. Cavallaro is going to go off for a tripping minor as Kushner was coming across, and it'll be a power play coming up for the Golden Lions. It'll be the first one of the contest for Greensburg Salem. Tripping minor for Cavallaro. The Golden Lions 14 for 21 on, no, that's not even right. 7 for 21 on the power play. I put that on my sheet wrong. They are good for second in Class A. And the penalty kill for the Norwin Knights, 16 for 20. That's good for 12th, 80%. Webb throws one up for Chirac. Chirac up to Tudich. Tudich, shot. Held on to by Burmeister. Chirac will step in with Thomas. It'll be one back to the Knights, and Tudich keeps it in nicely. It gets dumped back up for Webb. Webb will battle off, and he gets hit by Constantino. Back down and cleared in. Humphrey battles off with Vecchio. Well, not with Vecchio, with Sorelli, and in comes Humphrey. Humphrey into the near corner. Throws one across, and it's going to be shot on by Spigarelli. Goes wide. Humphrey can't hold on to it. It's going to be cleared the length of the ice. Back down, it'll be Owen Tudich. Tudich into the zone. Owen Tudich waits, skates in on the backhand. Tudich in the corner. That's Carter Chirac. He'll wait. Chirac across for Humphrey. Humphrey shot save made, and it's going to be cleared up. And they're going to talk a little bit. That was Hanley and Kingerski. Or no, that's Spigarelli. 1:21 remaining in a second. Chirac steps in with Vecchio. Back across. Kushner will take that win over for Tudich. Tudich shot off of something in front. It bounces weird and comes back all the way the length of the ice. He'll go back down. Tudich carries in his own zone. He's trying to get out, and he does so. Gets around Kate Zaravica. Can't get around Verratti. Aaron Verratti will just dump that one the length of the ice. Back down for Tristan Gonzalez. Humphrey waits. Gets around the first defender. Has to get around Thomas. Humphrey gets around Thomas, and then he comes in. Shot, save, made, nobody home, and it's going to come all the way back down. 37 seconds to go in the second period. Spigarelli throws one up for Humphrey. Humphrey waits. Throws one back for Tudic. It's going to be cleared out. It's going to be picked up by Cirelli. Cirelli across. Shot. Score! Mario Cavallaro. And it's 6-2 in favor of the Norwin Knights. That is a hat trick for Mario Cavallaro. Hat trick for Mario Cavallaro, and it's 6-2 Norwin. Down Thomas can't get it up to Cavallaro, and it's going to be Kingerski dumping it in. Around Cirelli, and Ty gets tied up along the boards, and it'll come back out. 4 seconds to go in the period. Morrison will just hold on to it, 1, and that's the end of the second period. With your score, the Norwin Knights 6, the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions 2. We'll be back with your third period after your intermission report. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Kirk Nevin Arena here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Interesting day so far for all the action that we've had. We're talking about this game to start. Well, opening up the scoring with the Joe Vecchio goal in the first period, and that's how the first period ended, was 1-0 at a 7:40 goal by Vecchio. And then I don't know what happened in the second period, but those floodgates decided they wanted to open up and everybody wanted to score goals, so they did so. So here's what we ended up having. At 14:58 of that second period, Mario Cavallaro gave Norwin a 2-0 lead. Owen Tudish was able to make it a 2-1 contest at 14:52, just shortly after Cavallaro. At 13:19, a goal by Carter Chirac gave that a 2-2 tie. Then it was the Alex Thomas show as Thomas netted goals at 12:27 and 7:50 of that period to make it 4-2. Then Mario Cavallaro took over with a 5-2 goal and a 6-2 goal at 7:20 and 19 seconds remaining of the period. And that's where we stand right now. 5-2 Norwin leads Greensburg-Salem, and Greensburg-Salem is definitely needs to snap out of it in this third period if they're going to be able to climb back into it. We'll look at that, but we're going to look at the out-of-town scoreboard now. Kiski defeating Wheeling Catholic 8-0 at West Banco Arena here. This evening, Deer Lakes 5-0 over Connellsville at the Alpha Ice Complex. Hempfield defeating Penn Trafford in the opening game of our doubleheader here, 7-5 here at Nevin Arena. You can go watch the replay of that one here on our YouTube page. Indiana defeating Plum at S&T Bank Arena at 5-1. Central Catholic and Baldwin tied at 2 at Alpha, and Greensburg-Salem trailing Norwin. You know that one here, 6-2. No score from Westmont Hilltop Freeport and Franklin Regional Armstrong and Wheeling Park Quaker Valley. No scores available to me yet. They probably will show up at some point, but not at this time. But this game is 5-2 in favor of the Golden Lions. In favor of the Norwin Knights. Single A out there. Trying to get an explanation to the playoff schedule. Unfortunately, with everything going on, wasn't able to get that post up for you. The Single A is scheduled as such. In each division, the top 6 teams will advance to the postseason this year. The top 2 teams from each division will receive a bye. At the end of that, the remaining teams will then play a crossover games against the other division, meaning that the 3 seed will host the 6 seed from the opposite division, and the 4 seed will host a 5 seed from the opposite division. There will be no reseeding after that round. They will go in order as they normally would, as if there was a regular tournament into the semifinals. At that point, there will be a first round, a second round, semifinals, and then the finals. Then the Penguin Cup final, of course. So they will move along through I believe it'll be one will be on one side and one will be on the other side, and then the 2 will be the opposite side. So they'll play crossover too, but I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I'll have to get some clarification in the next couple days to bring you that detail. But as far as I know right now, that's where it stands. It's 5-2 Norwin here leads, and actually with the finals in, I might be able to look at some standings for you guys too. Indiana throws a little bit of a wrench into this for Norwin, but it doesn't matter at this point because Norwin has a pretty good lead on Greensburg-Salem. If the Golden Lions don't bounce back, it looks like this. Indiana has temporarily passed Norwin with 17 points. Sorry, with 15. No, they haven't. They're just 1 point behind Norwin with 3 more games played than the Knights, 2 after today. Indiana slowly coming up on the end of season for them, as they have the most games played of anybody right now with 14, 7-6-1 on the season. Kiski with their win today jumps to the 3rd place in that division at 18 points, 9-3. Norwin with a win would get them back in a tie with Kiski with the same amount of games. And then Fox Chapel would take the lead on wins and losses, but also would have that game in hand on Greensburg-Salem. They play each other a couple weeks from now, I believe here at the Kirk Nevin Arena. Let me look that up and make sure I get that correct. I don't know, I might have misread that earlier. Yeah, Fox Chapel, Thursday, February 2nd here at Kirk Nevin Arena. That's going to be a big game. The next 2 games for the Norwin Knights are for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions are the Plum Mustangs and Indiana Little Indians. 2 road games for them before they come home, and that's their final home game of the season. Kirk, Nevin, this is their next to last home game. All the rest of the games are on the road for the Golden Lions, as they have to travel to Pittsburgh Ice, S&T Bank Arena, West Banco Arena, Frozen Pond, and the Belmont Complex. So it's not an easy trek for them. The road trips are going to start coming up for these Golden Lions, but as it goes along, those Fox Chapel Foxes, that big game might come in handy for them. This one's going to be a big one. Let's see what Fox Chapel has left as they go, since, I don't know, I kind of had to mute somebody. Back down. They have a bunch of home games left. They'll have Freeport next week at home. They'll head to Norwin the following week on the 17th, and then at Frozen Pond, at home against Alpha, then they come here to play Greensburg Salem in 2 games at home against Kiski and Westmont Hilltop. So the trip to first seed is a little bit, I'll say it's a little bit easier for those Fox Chapel Foxes at this point, but you got to play the games, and they look like they have that road. So with that being said, we're going to slide back into the intermission, and we'll be back with your third period. 5-2, Norwin leads Greensburg Salem here at Kirk Nevin Arena. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Night here at Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. All right, back here at Kirk Nevin Arena for the final period of the evening, if we don't need the OT, of course. I don't know if we need our oat today or not. 17 minutes to time. Greensburg Salem trailing Norwin 6-2. Mike Robinson and Corey Mensch giving those final words before he send out their batteries out. like it'll be Sharrock, Addison, Webb, Morrison, and Tudich for the Golden Lions. Sorelli, Robb, Thomas, Hanley, and Constantino for the Knights, and it's one back. And it's picked up by Addison. He'll dump it in for Tudich, picked up by... Coming in, Tudich shot, blocked, save, coming in, it's opportunity coming the other way for Hanley. Hanley comes into the zone. Hanley gets hit big time by Morrison coming through. Back around, Tudich behind the net. He'll tip one up, but it's gonna be Thomas taking it off of him. Thomas coming on the backhand, save made, and coming across was Gonzalez. Back down, Robb. Waits, it'll be picked up, and up to Constantino. Shot blocked off the skate of Robb. They'll come back out. Tudich will take the puck and dump that one down for Webb. Goes past Webb, he tries to get it across. He does do so, but Sharrock can't hold on to it, and Thomas coming the other way. Defense was changing. Thomas comes in with a head of steam. Loses the puck as it converges on him. They'll go back and forth. Thomas on the backhand. He'll come into the zone. Shot. Glove save by Gonzalez, and 15:58 remaining in the third. We'll have a face-off to the left of Tristan Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the sophomore. Spigarelli will win that one back. It'll be picked up and cleared in. Opportunity here for Humphrey coming the other way. Colton Humphrey on the turnover. Shot comes off a stick and cleared all the way up in the netting. 15:48 remaining in the period. We'll have a face-off coming up. Probably should keep that down low. Yep, down to the right of the junior netminder, Owen Burmeister. Verratti passes one around looking for Zaravica. Cade Zaravica up for Mario Cavallaro. Cavallaro throws one in. It goes above. Cavallaro back around Vecchio. Back down. That was Singleton passing it across. Zaravica can't get to it, so it's going to be picked up by Cavallaro and cleared out. Cavallaro is just going to dump that one back for Singleton back in his zone. Passes one up for Cade Zaravica. He'll bounce around. Swarzynski gives it up to Zaravica. He'll come into the zone, and it's going to be played off. Kushner can't get to it, but it will be Outley dumping that one out for Constantino. Constantino over for Hanley. Hanley dumps one down for Kushner. Kushner dumps one in through the zone. Hanley waits, throws one across. It'll be picked up by Morrison. Morrison over for Addison. He'll dump that one down. It'll come back in on the backhand. Nobody home. Morrison. Back up to the point. Chase Kushner gets around a defender, comes in, throws one across. It's going to be picked up by Thomas. He's just going to dump it back out for Addison. Addison will take the puck and dump it back into the zone. Burmeister comes out, couldn't get to it, so Ty will take the puck, and it'll be picked up by Thomas, who just dumps that one down. Looking for Logan Robb, but it's going to go, he gets all the way back for Max Addison. Peter will have a hard time with that one. It'll come back out for Constantino. Falling down was Thomas as he came down in front of us. Kushner tries to lay a hit on Hanley, takes the worst of it. Addison passes it across for Morrison. It'll bounce around, and it'll be cleared up to Hanley. Hanley looking for Sharrock, and here comes Tudich the other way. Owen Tudich. He'll take the puck, throw it around for Sharrock. And out of the zone it goes. Chasing it down is Outley. Vecchio with a head of steam, try to get the puck from him. They'll go back out. Swarzynski up for Sharrock. Carter Sharrock. Dumps one in on the backhand. 13-11 remaining in the third period. 6-2 Norwin leading. Back out. Outley can't get to it, so it's going to be chased down by Cavallaro. He'll get there first. Outley has to bring him down to get around the puck. Cavallaro already with a hat trick in this contest. Outley dumps one up. Pass to Tudich. Chirac into the zone. Chirac shot, save made, bounces around, rebound for Webb, couldn't finish it up. It's going to be a bouncing puck that was tough. Cavallaro waits, and it's going to be Morrison who has to dump one up for Chirac. Back down, it'll be Zaravica. Cade Zaravica waits, throws one low off of Gonzalez. Up for Morrison. Back for Addison, goes past him, and it'll stay in the near corner. Go up off the half wall, past Addison, it'll go the length of the ice. Be chased down by Verratti. Verratti and Addison go in. Nicely played by Verratti to get it out, and it's gonna be a nice pass up to Zane Zaravica. He couldn't hold on to it, so it'll be no icing on the play. Morrison. Back up and cleared out. Verratti's shot will go past Gonzalez and in the near corner. Fingursky up for Morrison. Morrison will dump this one out past Humphrey. And here comes Alex Thomas. Thomas in through defender. Big hit laid on by Spigarelli and Outley. And it'll be a face-off coming up to the left of Gonzalez. Down Outley, throws one around, looking for Swarzinski. Robb up for Humphrey. Spigarelli will dump that one out for Fingursky. It goes past him, all the way down to Hanley. Back down, across it goes. Hanley over Constantino, and Robb will carry it out. Robb dumps one in for Outley. He'll end up taking the puck and clearing it up, looking to get out of play, but it's going to be an icing call instead. 10:56 remaining in the period. Constantino dumps one across for Hanley. Hanley's shot tipped, goes wide of the net, goes in the corner. Cade Zaravica throws one around, but it's going to be Morrison picking it up. Morrison out of the zone, head of steam. Kushner. Kushner gets in, but can't control the puck, and it just goes on. Burmeister heels onto it. He takes a little offense to that. Burmeister got up and said something after that play, but it'll be a face-off to the right. 10:36 to go in a third period. One back to Morrison. Morrison shot gloved by Burmeister. Kushner steps in with Thomas. Cleared on shot, scores! Luke Dieter. He gets his 10th goal of the season, the freshman, and it's 5-3. 10:29 remaining in the third period. Just right off the face-off. Oh. I forgot to update my Norwin score. I apologize. 6-3. Back down one by the Knights. Hanley, the puck and throw it in. Penalty coming up. Interference will be the call. Owen Tudich heading to the box. Face-off coming to the left of Tristan Gonzalez. Norwin to the power play. Interference call against Owen Tudich. Cirilli throws one down to the corner. It'll be picked up behind by Vecchio. Throws one in front for Morrison, who will take it and just dump it the length of the ice. Thomas chases it down. Burmeister comes out to play it. Thomas waits, has a little bit of pressure from Chirac. Cavallaro on the near wall will take the puck, passes it to Thomas, gets around the defender, comes around the second defender, falling down with Spigarelli. Into the zone, Thomas waits, resets the offense, back around to Cavallaro. Cavallaro dumps it down for Cirelli. Shot, score. Cavallaro, 4 goals on the day. 4 goals on the day for Mario Cavallaro, and it is 7-3. .9:42 to go in the third, and it is 7-3 in favor of the Knights. Back around, up it goes. It'll be Verratti throwing that one past Morrison. Will pick it up, throws one up for Kingerski. It'll get dumped into the corner. Power play goal for Cavallaro. Go back down. It'll be cleared out past Addison. Kingerski dumps it across, looking for Humphrey, but it's going to be picked up by Verratti and dumped in. Up, and Thomas brings it in, shot on by Singleton. There's an across opportunity here for Thomas, shot just wide of the net. Cavallaro shot Cirelli off the side. Verratti's shot goes wide. Shots are only 24-20 in favor of the Knights. Kingerski. This one just clears it up for Humphrey. Humphrey into the zone. Humphrey waits, has to get around Verratti. Verratti separates him from the puck, and Thomas comes in and collects up the free one. Thomas throws one up, and that's going to be a high stick on Vecchio, but it's going to be touched by the Golden Lions and dumped in. Humphrey waits, leaves it. It'll be Spigarelli. It'll be Swerzinski. Throwing one around for Outley. Outley up for Zaravigo, gets out in front of it. Opportunity here, and Vecchio throws one on the side of the net. It'll be cleared out. Picked up and coming out is Ty, but it's going to stay. Oh, it's going to go offside. They'll regroup. Outley with the puck. Up, down for Dieter. Into the zone. Constantino goes behind the net. They'll throw that one up along the half wall for Hanley and out to Zaravica. Okay, Zaravica will just dump that one down. Swerzinski goes behind the net. Back up. Tyson Ty leaves it, and it's going to be picked up by Cavallaro on the backhand. Turned over for Kushner. Kushner gets it in onside. Opportunity gets split by the defense. Ty leaves it around. Maybe up and goes to nobody in the far point. Morrison will have to chase it down, has Cavallaro on him. He'll clear it back in for Swerzinski. Throws it across, picked up by Morrison, carrying it across the blue. Brings it into the zone. Far corner, throws one in front for Dieter. Nobody home, Kushner. Comes down, top of the circles, back down. Shot on, save made, rebound, scores! Kushner, 7-4. Down by 3 now, Kushner, 6:51 remaining. Alex Thomas will step in with Carter Chirac, and it'll be one back to Landon Morrison. Morrison picks up the puck, throws it to Addison. Up and off of Webb, sticking it into the zone. It'll goes on. Burmeister will just dump it across for Verratti. Verratti dumps it up off of Tudich, bouncing up and out of play off of Tudich's glove. It should be out of the zone. Thomas and Tudich going back and forth. 6:36 remaining in regulation. Face-off just outside the zone. Tudich dumping it back in on Burmeister. A hold on to it, and that'll be a whistle and a face-off inside the zone. 6:34 to go. They're readjusting the clock as time ran off. They're not going to hold it for, run it for a couple seconds. There it goes. All right. Back out it goes. Addison will dump that one back out, and in comes Sharrock. Sharrock for Webb. Webb in the near corner. Down for Sharrock. He gets knocked down by Robb. They'll go back and forth, and here comes Robb the other way. A little bit of pressure from Addison. Morrison on the backhand for Webb. Shot by Sorelli is on the turnover. Addison backhands one around for Robb. Throw it in front, opportunity here. Wide open was Sorelli, and out come the Golden Lions. And there will be a penalty coming up against Norwin, it looks like. Yep, it'll be a power play for the Golden Lions, and holding on to it is Burmeister. Slashing call. And it's going to be on Sorelli. 5:49 remaining. Kushner will step in with Cavallaro, and it'll be cleared out of the zone. All the way down, Gonzalez goes, 1:54 to go in the power play. Down by 3 with 5:40 to go in regulation are the Golden Lions. Colton Humphrey will carry it across center, across the blue, into the zone. He has Kushner. Kushner waits, shot is blocked, back out. Shot by Tudich, blocked, back down. Kushner comes in, nice play to get around a couple defenders. Rebound, opportunity comes across. Burmeister with the save. A little bit of lift on that puck would have worked nicely, but Owen Burmeister had to come across and got a low save on that one. 5:17 to go in regulation. Sharrock steps in with Thomas. Thomas will take the puck and just dump that one the length of the ice. 5:11 to go. Back out, and here we go. Tudich into the zone. Oh, nope. Slip. He's separated from the puck there. Back down, Zaravica will dump that one back in on Gonzalez. Back down, Tudich. Up for Sharrock. 4:51 to go in regulation. A minute left in the penalty. Kushner throws one up for Humphrey. Back down. Thomas throws one out. It's going to be high sticked by Tudich. He should touch it. And that's a high stick and coming all the way back down. .432 remaining in the third period. Cavallaro will step in with Tudich. One by Cavallaro. He'll just hold the puck down low. Kingerski will get it. Has Morrison in front of him, so he just waits, gets a little bit of the offense set up, and in comes Mikey Kingerski. He gets powered off, shot on, goes over to Morrison. Morrison Top of the slot, comes down low. Kingerski shot, scores! 5-7 now. For Kingerski, that is his second power play goal this season. His 6th goal of the year. And we'll face off at center. Face off one back. Alex Thomas into the zone. Thomas comes in shot just wide of the net. Back behind. Swerzinski goes on the net. It sits up there. They'll get it. Regrouped, and the face-off will come all the way out of the zone. To our left, 3:57 to go in regulation. The Golden Lions down by 2. In a wild one. Back down, it'll be picked up by Outley. Outley looking for Webb, but it's gonna bounce off a skate. Nice play to get it out for Thomas. Back in goes Robb. Logan Robb shot saved by Gonzalez and held on to 3:45 to go, 3rd period. Chirac passes one back, and it's going to go back out shot. Save made on the shot by Sorelli. And here comes Sorelli looking for the backhand. It'll get thrown across. Back over for Tudich, 3:25 to go in regulation. Down for Chirac, and it's going to be Thomas leaving. It's opportunity here. Chirac separates the puck into the zone. Opportunity, Burmeister holds on to it. It does get cleared out. He plays the puck and lets the whistle not get called there. Back across for Humphrey. Kushner. And bouncing out Humphrey. Opportunity for Cavallaro coming the other way. Looking for 5. Coming across. Couldn't get it over to Zaravica. And falling down was Tudich into Gonzalez. And it'll be a whistle because the net came off. There's a little psychology going on here. Norwin's shorthanded. They have no... They don't have many players. The momentum's in favor of Greensburg Salem. You also have the Cinderella clock still in play, but not a major issue right now. If you call a timeout, you burn that beautiful time right now, so you don't want to do that. Greensburg Salem just needs to roll with it and hopefully get 2 here. Back down, Spigarelli can't get it in the zone. Back, yes it does, Kingerski in. Back down, Spigarelli. You need to get 1 more before you think about it. Back down, Swerzinski. It'll come in. Zaravica in. Is back across. Picked up and coming the other way. Kingerski loses the puck to Cavallaro. He'll bounce it off the skate of Outley. It'll bounce around. Cavallaro back and forth. Tudich up for Outley. Swerzinski back up for Chirac. Back down behind the net. It'll be cleared up. Empty net to our left. It's going to go the length of the ice. We'll have an icing call with 1:58 to go in the 3rd period. Coach Corey Mensch sees what I'm seeing out there. You got to give him the opportunity. Chirac will step in. Back down, Tudich in the near corner. Waits, throws one up, Humphrey. Humphrey shot, save made, rebound comes out. Spigarelli loses it in his case, kept in by the Golden Lions. Humphrey down low for Sharrock. Sharrock up and bounced out. Humphrey keeps it in, bounces it down for Tudich. 1:40 to go. Sharrock for Tudich. He'll battle off with Thomas. Thomas will take it and just clear the zone. Morrison waits, dumps one up. Opportunity for Kushner. Comes in, gets around the defenders, but nice play by Thomas to separate it. Tudich will have to collect it. 1:22 to go. Back down, Sharrock's going to turn and burn the other way. Opportunity here. Sharrock shot. Goes up and over. Humphrey tries to keep it in, has to come back out. They've got 2 players trapped. They have to wait. They have to wait. Now they can go back and forth. It goes the length of the ice for an icing call. 1:05 to go. They're saying it touched somebody on the way. They're calling it icing. 1:05 to go. Got to get that puck dropped. Sharrock. Back down. It'll be cleared the length of the ice. Another icing call. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute call is on. Face off one back. Morrison passes to Kushner. Shot. Glove save by Burmeister. 56 seconds to go. Another face off coming up. Tick, 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 tick. Down. Cleared up. Opportunity here. Backhand by Sharrock goes off somebody. Cavallaro is going to pick up the puck. He's going to lose it back around, but he's going to backhand it back in for Kushner. 45 to go in regulation. Back down for Tudich. Carrying it out of his zone. Tudich past Humphrey, and it's going to go the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing call with the empty net down here. They're going to have to put Gonzalez back on or risk it. 37 seconds to go. They will put Gonzalez back on. No, they're going to play the Morrison role here. Put Morrison in the cage. He can't cover the puck. But they're going to leave him out there. Lions are going to dump it down the length of the ice with 32 seconds to go. It goes on Burmeister, so it's not an icing call. Webb makes the hit on the way. Tudich into the zone. Tudich throws one behind. Sharrock back down. They're going to need to get one here. Tudich back for Humphrey. 20 seconds to go. Humphrey waits, throws one on. Burmeister holds on to it, tries to throw it out so it doesn't burn the clock. Does get the whistle, though. Quick whistle. 17 seconds to go. Kushner steps in. Wins it back. He loses the face-off. Humphrey will take it out. Cavallaro is going to take the puck. He's going to go for it. Cavallaro gets his 5th of the game. And he tells the student section what he thinks. With 10 seconds remaining, should wrap it up if it wasn't already done so. Mario Cavallaro's 5 goals this evening. They'll do the face-off, and Tyson Ty will dump that one in. 6 seconds to go, 5 seconds to go, 3 seconds to go. And that is the end of this contest with your final, the Norwin Knights 8 and the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions 5. I'm Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me here at Kirk Nevin Arena. I'll see you when I see you. Enjoy the remainder of your evening.